Last night, your brain created an entire world. And not in a metaphorical way, it built one. It generated people who don't exist. Conversations that never happened, places you've never been. And while it was doing that, you didn't notice anything at all. You were inside it, believing it, living it. So why do humans dream at all? And more importantly, why does it feel so real while it's happening? Because that part is what makes dreams so unsettling. Not that they're strange, but that your brain can fully convince you of something that isn't there. Your brain spends a third of your entire life doing this. So why would evolution allow something so bizarre? At first glance, dreaming doesn't make sense. It doesn't help you find food. It doesn't help you survive predators. It doesn't help you reproduce. In fact, it looks like the opposite of survival. You're unconscious, vulnerable, unaware of your surroundings. So why would every known human brain on Earth keep doing it? To understand that, we need to go back to something you probably take for granted: sleep itself. For most of human history, sleep looked like a dangerous mistake, a shutdown of awareness. And yet every animal with a complex nervous system does it, which tells us something important. Sleep isn't optional. It's essential, but dreaming is something more specific. Not all sleep is the same. There's a phase called REM sleep, rapid eye movement. This is where most vivid dreams happen. Your brain becomes almost as active as when you're awake, but your body is paralyzed, locked, as if nature made sure you couldn't act out what you're imagining. And that raises another question. If the brain is so active, what is it doing? One early theory suggests something surprising. Your brain might be rehearsing reality. Think about that. Every nightmare, every strange scenario, every impossible situation. It might be training, not for what is real, but for what could be real. Because survival in nature was never predictable. Early humans didn't face the same danger twice. Predators changed, environments shifted, threats evolved. So the brain may have developed a system that simulates danger without actual risk, a safe training ground. But that still doesn't explain everything. Because dreams are not just about danger. Sometimes they're emotional. Sometimes they replay memories. Sometimes they mix people, places, and time in ways that make no logical sense. So another theory appears. Memory processing. Your brain receives massive amounts of information every single day. Faces, sounds, emotions, things you don't even notice. Like a librarian reorganizing a library while everyone is asleep. But even that doesn't fully explain the experience of dreaming itself. Because dreams feel real, even when they're completely impossible. You don't question them while you're inside them. Only after waking up do you realize how strange they were. So why does the brain allow that illusion? Here's where things get even more interesting. Some scientists believe dreaming is a side effect of a deeper process, a kind of neural maintenance mode. Random signals, memory fragments, emotional residue, all being processed at once. And your consciousness tries to make sense of it by building a story, even when there isn't one. That's why dreams always feel like narratives, even when they make no sense. Your brain hates chaos, so it creates meaning, even in sleep. But humans have been trying to explain dreams long before neuroscience existed. Ancient Egyptians believed dreams were messages from the gods. The Greeks thought they were glimpses into hidden truths. Some cultures saw them as warnings. Others saw them as spiritual journeys. Across every civilization, one thing stayed consistent. Dreams mattered, even if nobody knew why. And maybe that's the key. Because if something appears in every human culture across history, it usually points to something fundamental about the human mind. So, what is dreaming really doing? Let's bring all the theories together. Training, memory processing, emotional regulation, random neural activity turning into narrative. None of these alone fully explain it, but together they start to make sense. Dreaming might not have one single purpose. It might be a combination of several, a side effect of a brain that is constantly updating itself. A system that learns even while you are unconscious. But there's still something deeper here, something personal. Because dreaming isn't just a biological process. It's also one of the only times your brain creates a world without external input. No phones, no conversations, no reality. Just you and your mind. Which means every night you experience something no technology can fully replicate. A completely self-generated reality. And that raises an uncomfortable question. If your brain can create entire worlds without you controlling them, how much of your waking reality is also being constructed? Not literally, but in how you perceive it. Because your brain is always doing one thing. It is not showing you the world. It is interpreting it, and interpretation is never perfect. So maybe dreams are not just about sleep. Maybe they are a reminder that reality itself is something your brain is actively building every second, and every night, it practices doing it without permission. So the next time you wake up from a dream that made no sense, don't just forget it. Pause for a second, because what you just experienced wasn't random noise. It was your brain doing what it has always done best: building reality, testing reality, rewriting reality. For a few hours every night, your brain becomes something extraordinary: a storyteller, a simulator, a world builder. And you are not just the observer, you are the experience itself. And that never really stops, even when you wake up.